Hey, what's up, guys? This is Kevin with Killer Knives, and today, full review on this bad boy. This is the Strider ProTech collaboration, and it is a really awesome knife. But we're just gonna jump right in. We're gonna do a couple things. So get you a weight on this knife, because it is a very manageable weight. It's not the lightest knife in the world, but definitely not going to bruise your pockets. 4.3 ounces, very nice. And then amazing action, very nice jimping, nice coloration on the DLC coating here. Very, very smooth. Some coatings can be pretty rough. And you can see I have a little blemish on there from using it. I use my knives, guys. I'm not afraid to use them. I buy them to use them like knives. So the button is just all black, and it's like an orange red micarta. There's also some like light yellow or white cream color in there, and a little black in there as well. There is a little bit of roughing here, if you can see that, where they cut the micarta. It doesn't bother me, but the knife was 250 bucks. Maybe they could have sanded that down. You have some good jimping back here, great in the back of your palm, great with gloves, good jimping up front, and good jimping on the blade. So definitely a worker man's knife. Good finger choil here, good sharpening choil there. So overall, what you're getting here is you're getting an overall length of about 3.75 inches on the blade, but working space, you're getting maybe like 2.75, so about an inch of knife that's not really usable, but it does help with reach. It does cut down on basically, like, if you're pinching up on the blade, it doesn't really affect your fingers, in the sense that you're not going to cut your fingers. So there's plenty of like workable space that never really involves you coming in contact with the blade or having to adjust how you're using this knife. You can always use it pretty much however you want because of the great ergonomic design. The handle itself, also impeccable ergonomic design. So you can see here on the other Strider collaboration that I own, also very similar, blockier configuration here, but this wedge and the angle of the backside of the scales is extremely comfortable. Like, especially when you choke back, it nestles into your hand. So if you can see what I mean, it's like there's just so many comfortable grips on these knives. And Mr. McStrider and Dwayne Dwyer, they are much deserving of all the credit they ever receive. These knives, the design behind them is just extremely intelligent. Let's do a couple size comparisons quickly so we get an idea of what we're working with here. PM2, basically exactly the same size. So, you know, those of you who love PM2s, you're going to love the size of this knife. You're going to love the ergonomics, I think, even more than a PM2. And it's an automatic, so it opens easier than a PM2. Chris Reeves, basically also all these knives, as you can see, right around the same working length, okay? And then we'll do a bug out, which I just got, and I will do a review coming up. Guys, if you like my videos, if you appreciate the work I'm doing, subscribe, like, comment down below. It's much appreciated. So you can see both these knives a little bigger than the bug out. but in general, you're looking at about the same working length of the blades. The bug out actually even has like a little bit extra working length. And this knife is really super sweet. Let's not get into it too much, but we will soon. So there's your size comparisons. The knife weighs 4.3 ounces. The blade stock is not too thick. If I had to guess, it's probably around like 0.12. Very slicey blade, very razor sharp. ProTech did a great job on machining these. Yeah, so all in all, this knife is a 10 out of 10. It's perfect in every single way, minus this little rough up on the slicing of the Micarta at the factory. But honestly, friction and time will just wear that away. It'll disappear. It won't even be there in a year, if I had to guess. So you have that. And then just for reminder's sake, we will take out the hand ground blade because it's awesome, and we'll just show it to you really quick. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll put a link up in the corner there to the last first impressions of this knife. But this knife, sorry to say, is definitely way better, in my opinion, than this is better than this. I think for a lot of reasons, but ultimately you got that hand ground mirror polish compound grind on here. Ultimately the same exact knife, but with a much different blade. And as I mentioned, I just would never feel comfortable using this knife and messing it up, scratching it up. This is something that is a heirloom piece, I would believe, at least in my opinion. But yeah, super cool. Both of these are really, really sweet knives. Very happy to own them both. I do recommend, if you can, if it's legal in your state, pick up one of these. I believe they're sold out on knifecenter.com. This is definitely sold out a long time ago. It's sold out in, I believe, one day. But they do have this without the DLC coating right now, and I recommend picking it up if you can. It's really, really fantastic knife, and the action is really fun and makes your life pretty easy. Coming out of the pocket, you need a knife, boom, press the button, it's there, it's ready to go. All right, guys, this is Kevin with Killer Knives. Have a killer day. Thank you for tuning in.